Welcome to Spotlight New England. I'm one of your co-hosts, Audrey McClelland.
And I'm Ashley Erling.
So we were like out last night. I'm going to steal a line from Will, past our bedtimes.
Past our bedtimes.
I
actually, this is what like a loser I am, right? I think I'm losing my voice. And we weren't even
because of last night?
Yeah, because when I was just doing a read over in the other studio, I kind of got that little squeak that only happens when I'm tired.
Okay.
And I can kind of like hear it and feel it right now. My voice is like a little lower register.
Yeah.
And I just can't hang. But it was well worth
It was well worth it, definitely.
And we had to go, in by Rhode Island standards.
Oh, well, let's put it this. We had Kim Thomas on not too long ago.
Yes.
I will say that.
Last week or the week before.
And we had her talking about her conference Bloom. She's so New England Creative, oh my goodness. Coastal Creative,
Collective.
right? Collective.
Oh, Coastal Creative.
It's NECC.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, Kim is putting together an incredible conference today for creatives, business owners, entrepreneurs, content creators called Bloom.
More like small businesses and things like that. People who still are building their brand.
Exactly. And it really is. We've been in the past. It's a great way to meet people, learn, just do all the things.
Fabulous event. She's been having it in Newport, and this year it's actually today is in Westerly at Margin Street Inn.
That's right.
Another great spot.
Another great spot over there. But she had her cocktail kickoff last night for the conference because obviously it's during the day, so Ashley and I aren't able to attend during the day because we're here. We're at work during the day. But we got to just like meet and just see so many people that we love and that are going to the conference, that are part of the conference, and it was beautiful.
So it was at Ocean House, which is just like the most amazing setting. There we are. On the I mean,
if you knew it went into planning those outfits too behind the scenes.
Well, actually, I have to say that was not my best outfit of all time. But
I thought it was great.
But it worked out. But look at all these amazing women. And this was before it even got like really crowded. I took this like right when we kind of showed up. There's Kim waving right there, which I loved. She's just the best, and she's such a great connector. I was trying to go over your head.
I was going to say, you didn't show my
I didn't want to go like really
hair.
close in your face. But the view from Ocean House, if you want to talk about New England summer, you have to make sure you go to Ocean House one time during the summer. That was the sunset.
Yeah, it was beautiful right out front.
Which I was waiting for my car at that point, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to take a video of this because it is so beautiful. Just the way, and actually, I think that's smoke in the air.
Yes.
So that's what our meteorologists were saying. But it was so beautiful. That's what
Look at how gorgeous that shot is right there.
But New England summer, you can't beat Ocean House. If you go one time, either for a lunch out on the veranda, a drink in the bar, maybe hit the spa, maybe hit the beach. I think you can buy a day pass to the beach.
I think you can buy a day pass for the beach over there.
I know if you're staying there, you can use it.
Right.
I'm not 100% sure if you could buy a day pass or not, but you could go for lunch. You could go for dinner.
Yeah, you can make a nice little day of
Obviously, Watch Hill is stunning. Yep. If you make it a day of it, go down to the carousel, go to the little shops.
Yeah, so you can make a whole day of it over there.
I just love it.
And I will say too, because we were talking to some of the ladies that we were with, and sometimes you think, oh my God, Ocean House, oh my God, that might be too expensive. Actually, lunch is very reasonable there as well.
It's more reasonable than dinner.
You would think it's exactly, and we even showed up early to grab a drink.
Yeah,
the drinks are very reasonable
because it's down in Westerly, of course, and it is a hike.
It was an hour and 25 minutes for me to get there
last
night.
A little over an hour for me, which on a Tuesday night is a bit of a hike. So we're like, let's go a little bit early. Let's have a drink. Let's enjoy the property. And just like relax a little bit. I felt like we kind of treated ourselves. It was nice.
And you were tired. It was funny because when Ashley hits a wall and she's ready to go,
I'm done.
She's ready to go. And her and my sister, I'm the opposite. Her and my sister were like pulling me out, giving me dirty
Jane
looks,
and I were literally at one point. Finally, Jane and I looked at each other. I felt like your sister too, and we were both like, "She will say she's never."
Some point, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And we have a great guest coming up next.
Oh, we're so excited.
We're so excited. She's one of our dear friends. She has an incredible restaurant that is honestly our family's favorite.
You go all the time.
It is our ultimate favorite. My daughter's obsessed with it and her. So stick around. We'll be right back. All right, so our next guest, she's one of my favorite people because she's fun, she's talented, she's a hard worker. I mean, honestly, one of the hardest workers I know. And she just brings so much energy every time she comes to the show or I see her out and about. The one and only Natalia Paiva-Neves, the owner of Odenish, our favorite restaurants. Natalia, welcome.
We love
she's like
you.
Oprah. Like it's just Natalia's here.
It's just Natalia. Just first
Natalia.
name only.
Not just Natalia. Just Natalia.
I mean, around here, honestly, I feel like that's true. People know you. People just know you, Natalia.
I mean, we've been here this business has been here for 30 years. So my dad he's very well known in the community. I'm just the second generation, and my children are officially a third generation, family-owned, family-operated.
Wow.
But I got to say, this scene here, I feel like I'm in Portugal right now.
I love that you were telling me
This is my island right here.
So tell us, okay, we have so much to talk about. We'll get to the restaurant a little bit, but let's start with Portugal because you were actually born there, right?
I was born.
Tell us more about where you actually are from and then your journey here.
Yeah, so... Yeah, my journey here.
Your journey here. Your sojourn.
I joke that my journey was not on a boat. Everybody says, "Oh, on the boat." No, I didn't make it on a boat. I came on a plane.
I came on a plane.
My journey here. I mean, listen. I was born in São Miguel, in the little village of Porto Formoso, which is this pretty little fishing village. My parents are from there. My mother is actually from another island. She's from the island of Faial. There are 9 islands.
Okay.
I happen to be from one of
those
those islands.
Why
this
I
is
get
great.
confused because I don't always know all the different areas.
Yeah, she breaks it down. You break it down easily, though.
It's easy. It's almost like the Hawaiian Islands. There's the mainland, and then there's the island. So Portugal, there's the mainland of Portugal. We in Portuguese call it o continente, and that is connected to Spain. And then in the middle of the Atlantic, which they actually call it, the islands in the middle of the Atlantic are the 9 islands, which are São Miguel, Faial, Pico, Curvo, and so on and so forth. And I like to say that the people of the islands are resilient because they need to be. Due to the weather and due to the rough and tumble of being in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
Right.
You know, just imagine being we're tiny. These islands are tiny.
Right.
These are not huge islands.
Yeah.
They're very small. You could literally go from one side of the island to the other side in like a few hours. And unbelievable microclimate.
Interesting.
In layers.
Okay, so
you're going to need it.
It is chilly.
It's if you leave one side of the island and it's chilly on that side of the island, by the time you get to the other side of the island, you're ripping off your clothes and you're jumping in the water, which is generally how I roll.
I was going to say, why am I not surprised Natalia will roll that way, right?
That is exactly how I roll. I take a backpack and there's all kinds of things in the backpack. We throw it in the car. There's always a bathing suit. There's always towels. There's always a poncho because somewhere on that island it's raining and it's misty. But that's what creates this beauty.
Yeah.
It's lush, green, gorgeous landscape with these amazing flowers. Most of the time they're in bloom. So the summer looks like this until about September, and the roads are lined with this.
Oh,
wow.
These gorgeous
Beautiful.
hydrangeas, which this was actually my wedding flower.
Was it really?
It was my wedding flower. And to match, we did calla lilies for my husband to be, so that it matched the color.
That's beautiful.
That's beautiful. So how old were you then when you eventually did fly here?
I was 7. I was 7. I came here when I was 7 years old.
So you were still very young.
Very, very young when I came here. I didn't speak English.
I was just going to ask you, did you speak English?
Really?
I spoke no English because back then school, my grandmother was a pioneer. She was a school teacher, which is incredible because you didn't have school teachers back then. But that just goes to show, you know, in our family how she was really, you know, a person who persevered during that time of harsh, you know, upbringing and so on and so forth. My aunt, her daughter, came to this country, went to legally, by the way.
Just want to make sure you know.
Want to make sure we're putting it out there. But she went to Brown University, graduated from Brown University. And what do you think she did with that degree? She was a school teacher.
She was a school teacher with the Brown degree at that time.
The Brown degree at that time.
Wow.
And just graduated. She just retired a few years ago.
No way.
Oh my goodness,
Pretty incredible.
really?
Pretty incredible. Yeah.
That is incredible.
For the state of Massachusetts, she's been a school teacher all these
That's
years.
amazing,
That's
Natalia.
amazing.
She's amazing. And this is a woman who came to this country, was a linguistics major, speaks 7 languages.
That's incredible.
She is incredible. She's incredible.
So did she teach you like everything? Do you feel like she was like a great influence for you growing up?
100%.
Yeah.
At the, you know, Rosie Ortiz had the Women in Wine, and one of my questions, I was on the wine panel, and one of the questions was, you know, influential women in your life, and for me, it was my aunt, and it was Sylvia Mobide. In the hospitality industry, Sylvia Mobide was, you know, she was she encompassed what hospitality was, as far as I was concerned.
Yeah.
Because she was another woman who was very much ahead of our time.
And that I know is so important to you, that the entertaining aspect of life, the hospitality aspect of life. I know you work directly in that industry, but I know that like personally, that's also just like a love for you.
Yeah. I think it's my love language.
Yeah.
I feel as though things have been missed along the way, and I feel as though people don't do this anymore, and everything is so quick, and everything is so there's no thought behind it. They just want to do something. Let's just do something quickly. I don't believe in that. First of all, isn't your family worth it? Aren't your friends worth it? Aren't you worth it to put that effort into making something fantastic? I love putting dinner parties together, but I really love to go all out. Why would you just throw something together? This makes no sense to me. For that, let's just throw some hamburgers and hot dogs on there, which I don't really do. But I'm just
Natalia doesn't do hamburgers and hot dogs.
I don't get out there. I do love me a good cheeseburger, but it's not something that when I invite people over, this is not what we're doing.
Right.
I feel as though I think hospitality is a lost art. And I feel that we have to get back to that lost art, because I feel as though lately everything, which is nothing wrong with it, but it's fast casual. The dining is just fast casual.
Yeah.
Why are we everything so fast? Why?
Well, can I ask you this then? Because I've been to Odenish, obviously, multiple times.
We thank you for that.
And every time I come, the line is always out the door. It doesn't matter. And I am not kidding. If it's a weekday night at like 5 o'clock,
Even at lunch.
7 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
Even at lunch.
The weekends, actually Saturday night, Matt, it's like around 7:30, 8 o'clock. It was just the two of us. So he was like, listen, he's like, let's just go to Odenish. It's like our spot. It's like, Matt, you think we're
going to get in on a Saturday night?
He goes, just text Natalia, see how busy it is. I'm like,
I'm not texting Natalia. It's so busy.
And by the way, I don't have
night?
the phone. It's sitting in the kitchen, and I'm out. So here's the other thing. People are standing outside.
Yes.
And and I'm the one who does it. I have no problem. I work just as hard as everybody else in that restaurant.
You absolutely do. I've seen that from
she does.
Right?
Yeah.
You go outside, and these people are out there waiting. Why? They're waiting to go as possible. My father started this business years ago in this particular building 30 years ago. But prior to that, he owned Estrela do Mar also in East Providence. So he's been a business owner in East Providence for 1,000 years.
Wow.
He's also an entertainer.
Yes.
He is the
He's a
jack
great
of all
singer.
trades.
He's a
Yes.
great singer.
What is it
comic.
called? What is it called? The type of music that you
Fado.
have? Okay.
Fado.
And he sometimes will do that at the
Yes.
restaurant as well.
When
And
he's
is that
home, he
every
always does
Monday
it.
you guys have?
Just about every Monday we have
Okay.
entertainment. It changes. It changes on every Monday. It changes because right now we're having a really hard time getting musicians to play the guitar. It's a 12-string guitar, and then there's the regular guitar. But there's almost no one available to play the 12-string guitar, so it makes it very difficult to create the sound of fado if you don't have the two guitars that come together. But I do the best I can with who I have available, and we use mostly local musicians that come out and do what they do. And I'm going to try to keep the Portuguese traditions alive at Udinese for as long as I can. Look, June 10th is coming up. That's Portugal's big old 4th of July. And we will be celebrating it. Just like Portugal.
I love it. So what are you doing? How will you be celebrating?
She's going to be in Portugal. We're going to miss you.
It's usually food. So it's sardines. That's a huge thing. Because June, it's that time of year in Portugal that everyone is grilling sardines out on the street. Obviously, you're not doing that indoors. Nobody wants that.
No one wants that smell. No one wants that
Nobody
smell.
wants that smell indoors. But it's usually the sardines. It's usually wine. And the tables are like these long running tables, and everybody just sits at the table. Whether or not you know them, you all sit together and you're friendly. Baskets of bread come out, sardines, and then the grilled chicken. I actually made the grilled chicken last night.
Did you?
I was
so good?
feeling it.
Take
I was
a bite?
like, I feel like it. I need to have a grilled chicken. So it's a lovely
whim.
little
On a whim.
Just throw it on the grill.
So, and your grill, by the way, I wish I had a picture of it. I should have pulled a picture of your grill because it's been featured in magazines. I mean, you made it, right?
That was made.
I love that. I have to find a picture. You've seen it, right?
I have seen it.
It's gorgeous. I want her to make one at my house.
She's unbelievable.
You know that cartoon Handy Manny?
Yes.
Handy Maria.
I know. You did it because you made it. You didn't
Handy Maria.
contract somebody to make it.
No.
I know. We got to find photos.
Put that stuff up on cinder blocks. The only thing I've added recently is I got this crank grill from Argentina. it lifts the grates and lowers the grate. I'm obsessed.
I mean,
No
I
more
love it.
I feel
flaring
like
up.
every day at your house is just a celebration. Is it like that, or is that just my perception?
For me, my outdoor space is my sanctuary.
Yeah.
I love my outdoor space, but
Yeah.
it's taken a really long time. And my husband
Okay, that
gets
makes
really
me feel
scared.
better. That makes me feel better.
It's my outdoor space. That's sanctuary. That's
your
sacred
spot.
for me. That's my spot. And we've done it to look very much like what Portugal would look like in the summertime, to make it very inviting, very cozy, and make people feel welcome, because they're coming to your home. Don't you want them to feel welcome? It's like going to Udinese. When they walk into Udinese, I want our guests to feel very welcome and feel like they are at home, which most people come in and they're like, oh, I feel like I'm in my grandmother's dining room. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's how I grew up.
It is amazing. And tell me this, because you are such a hard worker, Natalia. I mean, it is not lost on Ashley or I how much you behind the scenes put in, and you're, in the restaurant. What makes it for you so much fun? Like, what do you love about doing? Because what you do, it is not easy work.
No.
You're dealing with the public as well.
No.
And
you
for
have a
so
staff.
long, to be able to sustain that.
yeah.
For
And it's
so
a legacy that you're continuing. Like,
30
what keeps
years.
you?
It's
What
been
keeps
like
you
30
going?
years. For me, it's how my guests feel when they leave. We have a motto at the restaurant. You never know how someone is outside those doors. You never know what's going on with them. You don't know if they're battling, illness, death, anything. Us in the restaurant, it is our job, because we are in the hospitality industry. It is our job to make you feel well when you leave. It is our job to make you feel completely different when you walk out that door. I want you to walk in. You might be feeling some sort of way when you walk in, but it's our job to make you feel wonderful when you walk out and say, this was a great thing. People come to our restaurant to share, graduations, birthdays, celebrate anything.
Yeah.
So it's our job to make them feel wonderful when they leave. That's what you're there for. I wish more restaurants knew that that's really what we're doing. Yeah, sure, we're serving great food, and we are serving.
It's amazing food. It's amazing.
People don't line up for bad food.
It's
I mean,
amazing.
the hospitality
Right.
is another level, but
amazing
the
food.
food is great.
It's all
food.
together. It's a whole package. You have to have the whole thing. And I love seeing customers come back, week after week and tell me that, I had my graduation here and now they're bringing in their children, or I had my son's baptism here and now their son is bringing in their child for their baptism.
Yeah, it's special.
That's great. My dad has been in business for so many years that he married people in the other restaurant.
Yeah.
And they have come back for their children's engagement parties at Udinese.
Wow.
That says a lot.
It's a big legacy right there.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It really is so special what you do. It is. And
Thank
you
you.
You make everybody feel you're sitting down at tables.
Yeah.
She's
I
hugging
know.
people.
I
mean,
love it.
It really
That's
is.
like a
You do
lot,
feel
a lot of the fun of it too, because you really make it fun, enjoyable. If I don't know Portuguese food like that. And anytime I'm there, you're like, you're going to have this. You're going to like this. And I love that because I'm like, I don't know.
She'll give you the rice pudding. You're having the rice pudding.
You're going to have this.
Yeah.
You're going to eat it like this. You're going to put this on this bread.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, I am.
There was a gentleman who came into the restaurant a few years ago, and he said, I really, really want the fish. And I said, so have the fish. And he goes, I can't. I'm like, why? It's whole and there's a head on. I'm like, get over it. So bad about that. And he goes, I don't know how to do it.
I understand.
Okay.
So I said, I'll
Get
do it.
over it.
I'll do it for you.
Oh.
Because in Portugal, that's how they do it.
That's how they do it.
They fillet your fish table side.
Yeah.
So there's a little side table at your table in Portugal where the employees sit there and they debone your fish and they put it on your plate. So I said, all right, we'll do it. That was it. I thought it was because the fish had a head on it.
Well, I understand
do
that.
that.
It can be intimidating
It can be
if you're eating
intimidating.
food that you're not familiar
We
with.
can
You
help
don't know
with
how to
that.
do
You can
it.
help.
And that's why I love going.
They take care of you there.
We do. We take care of you.
Natalia, we love you. Thanks so much for coming this morning.
course.
This is a wonderful woman, and we just think the world of you.
Thank you. I appreciate you,
We
girls.
love you.
I appreciate you, girls.
And we have more to
so
come on Spotlight New England too, so stick around. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Well, we're still talking food, but Natalia's gonna hate hearing this because it is hilarious. So today's actually like National Cheese Day,
Which is always a good day.
That is not the
a
part.
good
That's
day.
amazing.
That's a good day.
But this like Google Trends survey was talking about the most popular cheeses.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if you read this before I sent
I did.
Okay.
I didn't read it. I wanted to be
what do you think
surprised.
the most popular cheeses? Don't look at your screen.
I'm not going to look.
Right.
If I had to guess, either American or mozzarella.
Okay, it's queso blanco is like the most popular cheese
Queso
in the
blanco.
U.S., which I don't even.
Wait, is that? I mean, that is the one that I just bought. That's the Mexican.
I guess so.
Dip,
and then
correct?
like
Natalia, is that the Mexican dip?
and then cream cheese is number 2. Natalia is like disgusting.
She's dying
cream
over there.
Cheese is number 2.
Okay.
And then it's in Rhode Island specifically. I looked it up. It was American.
Okay.
But I will say I printed this out so I could reference it. But they didn't have like they only had like brie, American pepper jack, Colby, mozzarella,
Yes.
Parmesan, Gouda, cottage cheese. So like they didn't have like the full
spectrum of everything.
of like cheese.
Yes,
cheese.
yes.
You know what I'm saying? But like these were so. I feel like this.
What
was
is your
very,
favorite
like,
cheese? Like if you go to a
basic
party
cheese.
and you
Well,
see a cheese, or if you're making
I'm
something.
not like a well, Parmesan is always good to have around in general to put on things.
Yes.
But if I was gonna do like a cheese plate, I usually have like a hard, a soft, and a medium.
Yes.
You know, like you kind of do that. So but I like like a blue cheese or like something like
love
that.
blue cheese.
And not everyone loves like a soft like strong
something that you could like dive
cheese,
into.
But I like it.
See, whenever
What
I
about
like,
you?
well, whenever I
I
do
know
love
you like
blue cheese.
queso.
I love queso, but like Matt will go, and this is gonna be so bad because I have to ask her. Natalia, what's the cheese that we get at the place that we get that we put on the bread?
Queijo fresco.
That one.
Say it slow again.
Queijo fresco.
Queijo fresco.
It's farmer's cheese.
It's
Farmer's
a farmer's cheese.
cheese,
And
yeah.
I'll tell you, like, so we have that now
Yeah.
on repeat in the house.
Okay.
And we'll put it on bread with the roasted crushed red pepper.
Oh, so
and I'll
good.
even add some
So good.
olives on top sometime for myself.
Yeah.
And that's like a snack for myself.
That sounds amazing.
And you know what Victoria loves? I mean, it brings you back to your childhood. The string cheese.
The kids all love the string cheese.
I'll pop one in her lunch.
That's
and
literally
she'll eat it.
Yes, in our house, the kids eat string cheese like it is. It's like
I'm like one a day.
Vegetable.
One a day.
Oh no! They have it in their lunch.
Oh,
They
yeah.
have it when they get home from school. They have it.
their thing.
After dinner. I'm like, how are you so hungry?
Yeah.
We're not eating enough.
It's like a
here,
kid
then.
thing. It's a kid
With the
thing.
string- but they don't. I don't even have enough time to talk about this. But they don't string it.
No, they just
They
eat
just
it.
bite it.
They bite it like it's a carrot.
It's string cheese.
Yeah. You're supposed to take it slow. It's supposed to last. No. No, they don't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There's our cheese talk.
Happy National Cheese Day. Thank you for joining us on this huge, momentous occasion of National Cheese Day. We will see you next time on Spotlight New England.